Hi, I'm Kathy Henry, and I am a licensed clinical social worker in the Indianapolis area, and I'm proud to work for Healing Hearts of Indy. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about swinging back and forth between codependency and counterdependency. This is a common problem that we have that I see in individuals, and a lot of times we will see it in both individuals in a couple. So what I'm talking about here is, first of all, let me describe codependency as being a lot more needy and dependent upon your partner. That's one of the primary factors of codependency, as well as insecurity and not really having a voice, taking care of everybody else's needs and not really getting your own needs met. And a lot of times that's done with a little bit of a I'm going to treat other people like I want to be treated, but then there's also this expectation when I do that they are going to give back to me in kind. And then we get frustrated and disappointed and upset when other people don't do that. So our needs don't ultimately get met because we're too busy with that particular mindset that if I give to you, you're going to give back to me, and that's how I'm going to get my needs met. So I'm going to get my needs met through you. So the opposite of that is counterdependency, and that is where I have a little bit of a wall put up against the world that says I'm taken care of, I can meet my own needs, I don't need anybody else. I'm a lot of times maybe even a little overconfident. I'm sometimes caught up in my own head, thinking about my own perspective and my own way instead of being able to be empathetic to other people's needs and so forth. And then also a lot of times we're very rigid in terms of control. We want our way and we're going to get our way no matter what and so forth. So when I talk about flipping back and forth between the two, if you kind of look at it on a continuum, you've got counterdependency over here and you've got codependency over here, and I might be needy and insecure and so forth, but I get fed up and I swing over to the counterdependency. Fine, I can take care of myself. I don't need anybody else. I'm going to do it my way, and so on. By the same token, sometimes we're counterdependent and I don't need anybody else. I can take care of myself. I can do it my way. But then our partner pulls away from us or we're not getting our way. And so then we'll swing over here and I'm needy and clingy and, okay, I'm going to put everybody else before me and so forth. And what I really want to point out about this is that neither one of those two things are healthy. Neither position is healthy. And when we are swinging back and forth between the two, we're actually causing a lot of damage to our relationships. Our partners have no idea which side we're going to land on a given day. And quite frankly, our partners are probably swinging as well, back and forth between the two. And all of that movement just makes the relationship very unstable. So if you recognize that swinging is going on in your relationship back and forth between codependency and counterdependency, sometimes we also call it the codependent counter-dependent flip. If you notice that flipping back and forth going on, then what I really want to share with you about that is that your position is not either this side or this side. It's really about right there in the middle, and being able to grasp the concept that all of that is about you. The side of you that's counterdependent and wants to take control, the side of you that's codependent and is dependent and needy and maybe even childlike and insecure sometimes, but all of that is part of you. All of it. So you've got to be able to get your head wrapped around that I have that needy side of me, and I also have that side of me that's kind of a bulldog sometimes. And so if you can accept that both of those parts of you exist and own it and recognize that the parts of you that you don't like so much, like I don't like it when I'm super needy and clingy. That's not something about me that I really like. I also don't like that part of me that is kind of a bulldog sometimes and wants to bowl people over. But if I can accept that that's all part of me and understand that, the one thing that then has to change is I have to quit trusting the feelings I'm having in the moment and recognize they're part of me. Okay, I'm feeling needy and clingy right now, but quit reacting to it. Quit acting on those feelings that I'm having in that moment, and instead make myself sit with it for a while. And then I'm not going to allow myself to make a life decision based on what I'm feeling in this moment because I'm needy and clingy. I'm not going to fill that need by running after somebody right in this moment, or I'm going to resist the urge to take permanent action on something right now, like break up with somebody or file for divorce or move out or whatever in that moment, because I know that that is all based on a sense of urgency. And so if I quit responding to that sense of urgency and recognize, wait a minute, this is just a feeling coming up in me right now. And if I follow that feeling, I might make a decision I'm not proud of or I'm not going to be happy with later. And instead recognize that is just something going on with me right now and try to help myself through that moment of feeling, and then wait a day later or an hour later or a week later. If I still want to make that decision, then I can, but I don't have to. And so a lot of times by giving ourselves a little more time to make the decision, it prevents us from making these flips back and forth, and instead helps us to land right in the middle, which is where we need to be in order to make good, healthy decisions. So neither one of those two, counterdependent or codependent, are healthy. What's healthy is right in the middle, being able to accept that all of that is part of me and not reacting to what I'm feeling in a moment. So I hope this has been helpful to you to maybe help you stabilize your life a little bit, and I thank you for listening.